Hello and welcome. It is Sunday, it is afternoon, and despite the clocks totally befuddling everything, we are here on time. With me today, I have Doc Coleman and Sako Tumi. Say hello to the nice people.
Hello
Hello,
to the
nice
nice people.
people.
And I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood. Today, we're going to be doing some writing sprints, some productivity sprints, or, I might just clean my inbox and read. Who knows? But it is Sunday, so the most important thing that any kitty mama can do on Gushy Food Day is to provide said lurking kitty with gushy food. So, how's everybody been? What's everybody working on?
Oh my gosh. Substack as per usual.
Sure.
I have no idea what I'm technically gonna write about, but
Okay.
So my week has basically been working on surgery prep.
Yeah.
So I still have not finished up my taxes, but hopefully I can get that done today, and that
Okay.
will be one more load off of my mind.
Sure.
Although
Sure.
I have been having some adventures with technology over the weekend,
Okay.
in terms of
yeah, you have.
introducing network detached storage to my network
Oh, okay.
in order to have a media server and consistent place for backups. And so, of course, I go and order the unit to install, and it shows up yesterday.
Of course.
The
Why wouldn't
drive
it?
won't show up until tomorrow or next week.
So, I got a new reading chair for my bedroom because
Nice.
Hey.
sometimes my roommate has date night and wants to, watch TV with her boyfriend, and I want to give them space, and they never mind if I watch with them, but sometimes in the middle of a paranormal gay romance that I don't want to put down. And so I just finished testing out the reading on my phone capabilities with the help of a couple pillows, a blanket, and my cat. So,
Okay.
Nice.
oh my goodness! I did have to move where my clean laundry basket went. But I can squeeze it next to my gently worn laundry basket, so we're good.
Mm.
So, popping into the comments, Sarah's here, and Sarah is kind of working on her video. So,
Only kind of.
great. Gonna delete people from last week. Okay, so Sarah video editing. Okay, awesome. My week was a little rough because I started a new project a couple months ago for work, and they've been working towards like this big demo where we let some of the potential users try out and give us feedback before we move to stage 2.
Mm-hmm.
And so he had other things he needed to work on as well, but that was the big focus until like last Tuesday. And then he was sick as a dog on Thursday and Friday. So he's like, just pick something from the backlog, anything. And then on Monday, he's like, but not that one because of this reason and that reason. I'm like, pick something else. And I'm like, okay, do we have any priorities? I don't
Yeah.
necessarily know the context of the backlog. And he's like, just pick something. So I picked a couple things. And I was like, what about this or this? And he's like, explain to me why you want to do that. And why you think it's a good place to start. And I did, and he didn't say go for it. He's just like, okay. I'm like, I'm new on this project. I would like a little more guidance.
It's like, okay, you're
Yeah.
not fighting back, but it's like you're not exactly being encouraging either.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I understand the whole like wanting someone self-starting, but like, yeah, I've learned I'm now going to go to the other two people on the team and get their feedback when I pick items. But on Thursday and Friday, we did prioritize the backlog, having finished getting feedback from the trial users. And then on Friday, we sat down with our backlog and made some decisions. And they're like, okay, Morgan, focus on bug fixes. And I'm like, that makes sense for someone newly on the team. Thank you for guidance. That was completely lacking. And do you know what lack of guidance does for my executive function?
It makes it debunks it.
Especially when I'm told
Right.
pick anything and then told, oh, but not that.
Yeah.
So my executive function was really bad this week. My executive dysfunction was off the charts. So
Yeah, I can relate.
yeah, but Friday we got some structure. I've got some stuff to work on. I made some progress, and as a momentum driven everything that really helped my anxiety, so I can sleep better even if the vertigo is back.
Oh, lovely.
So I have to wake up to roll over. So it's been a week.
Yeah.
My week was most of a vacation.
Ooh.
I didn't work like almost at all.
Good. After that 100-hour week you pulled the week before.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, I need to be kinder to myself. So
I kind of suggested that, but you're like, no, I'm gonna do another 100-hour week and get through it. I'm like,
yeah, I took your words
Thank
into
you.
consideration.
I'm glad.
Absolutely.
I was worried. I was very worried about you, so I'm glad. So, popping into the comments, Cora is working on video editing and book world building. And Raven said hello to Catechus's tush, because apparently he showed us his tail.
Because he does that, because he's a cat.
I mean, oh, and Moon's in the car and waving to us. We're waving back.
Waving back. Keep your eyes on the road.
Right? That's why we're verbally telling you what's happening rather than expecting you to notice these things. Like when I'm talking to friends on the phone.
Oh, he's not driving. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's better. But yeah, I verbalize eye rolls.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you're not driving, so all eyes on us. No.
Right. Remember, if you have to do really big eye rolls, to stretch first, look up and look down, and left, and right, blink a few times, and then go with the big eye roll. You don't want to strain anything in case you need to do additional eye rolls.
In fact, given the times that we're living in, you should probably put that in your daily exercises and make sure you do those every morning, because you will be doing some big eye rolls.
Right. So, popping into the comment. Ooh, Raven says, "Hey, hello everyone. I am currently working on resurrecting yet another piece from my now legendary data loss event. This one is best described as quote unquote werewolf takes on Lovecraftian cult." I like it.
Oh. You lost a bunch of data. Legendary.
Yeah. I was going to say, yet another reason why I pulled the trigger on a NAS, to be able to back up everything locally as well as in the cloud.
Thank you for my reminder to, every 6 months to a year, check to make sure that my backup storage is still accessible.
Yeah.
Because sometimes that doesn't happen. So
that's kind of funny. One of my previous backup methodologies was because I was using an Airport Express unit for my local Wi-Fi network.
Okay.
Apple used to let those, you could plug a hard drive into it and you could share that hard drive on the network.
Right.
So I did that.
Yeah.
And then it stopped working.
Because they updated the software for you?
Couldn't figure out why it wasn't working. And it's like, after setting up the new NAS system that I couldn't do anything with because I had no internal drives, I remembered that I still had a hard drive literally sitting right next to where I installed the new NAS system. Mm-hmm. In the couple minutes right before we started, I unplugged that. I plugged it into the NAS, and logged into it, and it's like I can see it. It's still there. It still works. It has
Oh
data
boy.
I haven't touched since 2017.
Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah. So Raven for says for those who either don't remember or weren't here for it, some time ago he lost his entire Google Drive data, and that was an entire completed manuscript and also a host of other projects, including this one. So that's
Oh,
super rough. Obviously the
so it never got resolved.
no. The novel was the first priority to recover largely from memory. This story is the next one I've settled on, which is entirely from memory. Oh, that's so rough. I'm so sorry, hon.
Yeah.
So,
It's like, I get why people use Google Drive, but you occasionally make local backups of the cloud stuff.
so I have multiple Google accounts, and when I finish a manuscript, I email a copy of it to my Yahoo account, which is on a completely different, and I download it
Completely different
locally.
system. You're out of the ecosystem.
Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, but because I learned the hard way, and I think we've all been there at least once, but a full manuscript is
That's
I'm
heartbreaking.
sure Sako's having flashbacks
I am.
and not fun ones.
I am having fun.
So
I
well someone
should see about see about backing up some of my hard drives.
yeah, yeah. So anyone someone is getting a little restless. So what do you say we go to our first sprint?
Okay.
So
I think that
okay, let's go ahead and get started in a 3, 2, 1, boom. Chaka laka laka. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, yeah, it is cushy time. And we're back. How was your sprint?
Pretty good. I wrote the first part and took care of some self-care stuff, and yeah, I'm
Nice.
progressing nicely.
That?
And I'm making progress through my deductions. Had to go and dig out some paperwork because I donated my motorcycle to charity last year.
Right.
And it's like, oh, I have to find the original date and what I paid for it. Fortunately, I am a pack rat, so I had the information. I just had to go and dig it out.
I hear that. Oh my goodness. So, I did the most important thing any kitty mama can do on Gushy Food Day, which is provide gushy food for my kitty. And then I read some, and I worked a little bit on cleaning out my inbox. So, move that back up to the top. So that was my sprint. How about everybody else? I totally forgot to put up the we're on a sprint.
Yeah, it's okay.
We will let you slide this time.
Right. So, okay. So let's see. Popping into the comments, Raven wanted to do some clarification. He was actually trying to strip his work from Google, and it up, which is how he found out that none of what he'd written up in Google Docs was an actual file. That's not normal. Oh, it was all just links to Google Docs, which no longer existed. Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah, I download as a docx, and then it was his only option. Oh my goodness. Hello. I don't know what that says, but welcome, Dragonlight. So, um, Raven says, so failure to back up wasn't technically the issue. It was actually what he was trying to do when all this happened. And now he's doing all his writing on LibreOffice and doing backups on multiple drives of the files as he creates them, as to not run into this again. It does limit where he can feasibly work, but since he can only seem to write when he's out at a cafe or a bookshop, it's not especially much of a hindrance. Yeah. So, yay! Zach writing new stuff. Raven,
Yay!
like, okay, maybe that wasn't a TLDR. It was thorough. Thank you. Raven says, I've been trying to mix new stuff in as well, trying to keep the process fresh, trying to recreate things I've already done can be frustrating. It's actually a bit liberating to write something entirely new. Yes! Oh my gosh. Like, even with this horrible pantsing situation, when I do get to the chapters where I'm writing something new, it's very exciting. Except I didn't know how to go with this chapter, so I think I've figured it out. She's going to be talking to the what's the word for the public defender, and then in the next chapter, the real paid lawyer, is going to show up. So I'm going to have to have a nice comparison between the two characters, so that it's like, hey, you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
So, I bet you the public defender's probably going to try and talk her into making a deal, admitting guilt in order to get a shorter sentence or whatever.
Oh, maybe.
Where the other lawyer is going to be like, hey, wait, you've been on the ship for 2 weeks? Did you even know this was happening? I think we can, like...
Yeah. Admit to nothing.
Right. Nothing. So, and Cora's like, 5 minutes edited. Yay. This is a shorter video with longer edits. I have to enter quotes I used from Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls.
Okay.
I've heard that movie does not hold up. And it's transphobic AF.
Mm-hmm.
But I never actually watched any of the Ace Ventura, so I'm not a good candidate for telling you exactly what's what. It wasn't my sense of humor then, and it sure as bleep isn't now. So,
Yeah.
like, the bar for entertaining me is low, but the bar for making me cringe is also very low. So cringe comedy isn't really my jam.
I can see that. I mean, not my favorite of his work at
I,
all.
I also don't enjoy train wrecks.
Yeah.
I once got banned by a roommate for watching Desperate Housewives with her because it is a complete train wreck.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Well,
it is.
and
just
and I could only handle like one out of every three episodes of Breaking Bad. In that my now ex husband was watching it, and I would catch an episode here and there, but not regularly enough that I knew what was happening. So by the time I caught up with what was going on and realized what a train wreck it was, the episode was over, and then I would hide again. Because yeah, train wrecks and people making bad choices or worse choices rather than like noping out. Okay. Anyway, let's see. Chorus says, I have not seen it in a long time, the Ace Ventura movie.
yeah.
I don't remember anything transphobic, but maybe I missed it.
I don't remember if it was When Nature Calls
Oh,
or it
yeah.
was the first Ace Ventura Pet Detective, but
Yeah.
one of those two, it's like the person that was responsible for the thing that he was investigating was a football player that had changed gender and was now one of the people that was involved. And it was like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Sarah says the first one has the transphobic quote unquote crying game jokes.
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
Raven says, quote unquote, reality TV makes me want to run my head into a brick wall repeatedly until I cannot remember which reality I live in. Yeah, there are some things I can handle and some things I can't. So I trust myself to figure it out and piece out if that's what's being watched. So,
Reality TV is just another reminder why escapist fantasy will always be popular.
right. So, oh, of course, like, yeah, that was the first one. She was
Yeah.
not a fan. So, uh, yeah, yeah, sorry, big yawn. Wow,
Yep.
really big yawn.
Wow. Really big yawn.
Oh, so taxes are going well. Substack is going well. Kitty is curled up on my feet. Nope, he wandered off. Oh, I can move my feet again. Whew. I thought my feet were trapped forever because nobody likes to accidentally kick their cat except for wrong people who don't deserve cats. I forgot to tell you about Catechus's adventure this week.
Catechus had an adventure this week.
So, for those who don't know, my cat is a rescue, and the shelter had him for 3 months after he was 3 months old. So we don't know what the first 3 months were like. But anyway, he's an escape artist, but he will not keep a collar on, and he runs straight for the roads. So he's not allowed to be an outdoor cat. Anyway, we have a catio, and we had an incident in which we do let my cat patrol the garage. And as of this week, we have a new rule. If it is after dark and the garage door is cracked, the kitchen light must be on because the door from the kitchen to the garage, my roommate usually peeks through to see if she can see a light before she opens the garage. And that did not happen because the kitchen light was out. So Catechus escaped, and my roommate did not realize. And
Lovely.
then we went hunting, and earlier the week, he'd been in the catio, which it's an outdoor porch for a cat that has a tunnel through the window. So a fox tried to get to him in there, or he tried to get to a fox from there, unclear. But anyway, there's a fox that's been around that's like Catechus is like 2/3 his size. So Catechus got out, we took the catio, and then we found him on the back patio. My cat was still facing off with said fox, and then we show up and the fox runs off because humans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Catechus patrolled the back patio while we sat with him, waiting for him to calm down because I was not
Nope.
to pick up a very, very
Yeah.
wound up catechist that did not feel safe for anyone involved. Um, so,
Mm-mm.
so at first he stood right on the edge watching for the fox, and then he checked the other directions to make sure the fox wasn't trying to sneak up behind him or anything like that. And then he chilled a little and stood under the table. And then we opened the door to the sunroom, and we both went in. And like 2 minutes later, he followed us in. So he faced down a fox for us. And I don't know that the fox has been back since then.
Hmm.
So
Mm.
so like super brave. And last week he caught a mouse.
Okay.
He's now officially a mouser and he defended his territory from a fox. Like super fierce, winning in cat.
Yep.
So,
Winning in cat.
Sounds like his titles are gonna have to get longer.
I know. I'm so proud of my kitty. Like you cannot even imagine. So let's pop into the comments real quick. Raven said, I bailed out of reality TV back in the 5th season of MTV's Real World. And
Yeah,
Chorus said, was never really a fan of reality TV.
me
The only
either.
thing I like scripted is that's supposed to be reality is wrestling. So, I mean, it's very athletic. So, and the plots I've heard can be super fun. But it is time for another sprint. Time for another sprint.
Yep.
Okay, let's go ahead and do it in 3, 2, 1, boom. And we're back. How was everybody's sprint? Oh, nice.
It was good. I finished and uh, I started planning my next week.
Okay.
It will be good.
Um, so I made some progress on my taxes, and then I realized it's like I also need to book my room for Balticon. So I'm in the middle of doing that, and it's complaining that the email that I entered in, copied, and then pasted into the confirmation does not match. And it's like, why
What?
is this thing freaking insane?
That doesn't seem reasonable.
So other than that, things went well.
Okay. I also need to do that. I cleaned out my inboxes and realized I had never consented to being on programming for Balticon. So they're like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Wait! I had the RavenCon survey and the WorldCon survey, and oh, you needed a reply? I thought it was just say congrats, you're in." So
Yeah.
so yeah, they're like, You can say no, you don't have to, but there we go. Okay, yeah. The other tricky thing is when I log in, I also see the staff view, which does not. Anyway, I have the toggle for yes, no. So let's pop into the comments real quick. Let's see. Moon was like back from the grocery. Wait, did I miss someone mentioning wrestling? Well, I probably
Yeah, you and Cora
Hey.
should talk.
right.
Yeah.
I likely won't be watching when this is answered, but was there an update about RavenCon using his tagline? I emailed them, maybe not till Wednesday, maybe Thursday. Anyway, they have been emailed and they have not responded. So no response yet. Let's see. Raven said, I already wrote 3 pages today and took a 3-mile walk, even though that's not quote unquote, a lot of productivity. He's actually kind of spent, yeah, no. I spent 2 hours reading with my cat on my lap. I mean, productivity, 3-mile walk. So, and
It's
while I was
all relative.
right. While I was clearing out my inbox, I had an invitation from the Red Cross to donate blood. So I went to go schedule. And while I'm munching away on a pile of mini Snickers bars, they're like, we'll test your A1C for free. And I'm like, oh, well, for those who don't know, that's the diabetic marker.
Yep.
Yep.
So I felt a little called out with that one.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. I still ate another mini Snickers
It's
though.
good for everyone to get it tested regularly to make sure that they don't have a problem they need to address.
Yeah. So Cora got another 2 minutes edited and now on the phone. Raven says, I sat here and zoned out. Very productive. Read the name of the stream. It's the lazy Sunday afternoon, quote unquote, productivity sprint. There's a reason there's quote marks. Yeah. So anyway, what's everybody's sprint snack of the day?
I have no snack, but I could have popcorn.
I was eating some beef sticks earlier because I needed some protein, but I have Creator's cheese and caramel mix, which I'm about to open.
Very nice. Very nice.
And I have a room reserved for Balticon. I will have a place to lay my head.
I need to do that because you know who doesn't have a room for RavenCon because they're sold out and they won't have a wait list.
Oh my, really?
Oh no.
So my sprint snacks were both mini regular and the peanut butter ones.
Okay.
A variety
Ooh.
that also has the almond ones, which are really good too. So anyway,
Mm-hmm.
chocolate and
The
peanuts.
almond ones are really good.
Yeah. So, so that's what's fueling me. Snickers and water, because hydrate or
And
die.
water.
Water, water hydration is important. Yes.
It really, really is. So, Doc, you had your group meeting today. How did everybody's check-in go? Was it a small group today, or?
It was a small group. We only had 3 people for the writing group, but and we finished up about a half hour early, which
Gave you transition time?
gave me some transition time. But no, we had a good discussion. We talked a bit about copyright and about AI in the editing and publishing process. We pretty much
Oh,
all of us were against using AI for initial writing.
sure.
But we talked about some of the legitimate uses for editing and whether or not um, uh, uh, one should let a tool that is editing your software go ahead and change the text or just point stuff out.
Ooh, no,
And
point
it's
it
like,
out. Point it out. Do
yeah,
not change it.
that's the exactly where I put it in, because and my favorite example of that is, the Microsoft grammar mangler, where it's like it doesn't know what's right or wrong, it just knows there's an option.
And there's the glory of like with Google Docs. I don't know if Microsoft is doing it, where they suggest a word that is more commonly used, that is spelled similarly, that has a completely different meaning and doesn't work in the sentence.
Lovely.
Surely
Just
you meant this
because it's more
common
commonly
word. No, I didn't. I like finding the right word. It's one of the things I like about writing, using the right word. Although my mom did have that talking to with me about making sure that using the right word doesn't get in the way of the readability of the piece. I mean, everybody should just have my vocabulary and it's fine. It's fine.
Well, just because it's more commonly used doesn't mean it's the right word.
No. Nope. So, oh, Raven has a plotting question. Are we game? Of course we're game.
Of course we're game.
So, his newest project is a political story about people being chosen or volunteered to enact political assassinations. And I'm torn between making the assassin in the story just being a random stranger or someone who is directly or indirectly impacted by the chosen politician's bad behavior.
Definitely the latter.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There's always something to be like, this is a cause I didn't care about one way or the other, and now I'm in the middle of it, and now I have, I realize why it was important in the first place.
Right.
So I don't know.
I guess my point is, what's the story you're trying to tell?
Yeah, that's true too.
Because if the person was impacted by the politician and they're doing this because of that impact, it becomes a revenge story.
Yeah.
If they have no tie to the target, but they're like being a paid hitman, or if they're actually volunteering for it because of some other ideological thing, that's a very different story.
Yeah.
Or even if they think they're unconnected, and then as they're researching the mark, they find out, I do have a stake in this. This does become important to me. And that's probably a more interesting story, although it probably makes it harder for the
writer
to succeed once it becomes personal.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Or they could be more conflicted because they find out more about why the politician chose what they did, and more about like the not so innocent um, motivations of the opposition, et cetera, et cetera. Um, so
They take, or even worse is when they take the hit and then they find reasons why that politician needs to live.
yeah, yeah. So Raven says, for context, in my current draft, the assassin is a woman whose sister was assaulted by the politician in question. That's a revenge story, straight
Yeah.
up revenge. Raven says, but I don't want to retread the harmed woman trope that's so often trotted out. I think, I, I think it might help if the sister played an integral role in like getting the information and the connections and the location, and using the information she knows from having been close to the politician at one point to help get her sister in, because that way she's helping with her own, it's not, oh, I'm doing this for you, it's more like we're doing this together, but my sister will pull the trigger. It gives her more agency if the sister helps.
Yeah, I'm legitimately torn on this because
Mhm.
that makes the person who was harmed um, part part of this whole attack. And it's like this
Yes.
person may not want to be part of the violence, may just want to
Yeah.
put the whole thing behind them and move on to their life. And now it's making them an accessory. Uh,
Yeah, yeah. So
there are
it
lots
it
of ways you
depends.
can go.
There's Yeah, yeah. But I say if you keep it with the initial that you need to give the sister some level of agency in helping with it. So
Yeah.
rather than I will avenge my delicate sister who was traumatized, blah blah blah,
Yeah.
whether she likes it or not,
Yeah, you don't want the sister to be the damsel in distress, even if it is another damsel
Right.
rescuing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So okay. Sprint.
Sprint.
Okay, let's do this in 3, 2, 1, boom. And we're back. How was your sprint?
Good. I have a little bit of sandwich left, and it being the first I have ingested today, so it is also 2 days old, and I don't
So
know
mixed
if
bags.
it's
But at least you got some calories today.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I have to say that my sprint was also a mixed bag
Okay.
because while I got my Balticon room reserved,
Sure.
I went to call up the hotel to
Mm-hmm.
make sure that they pay attention to the accessibility notes that I put on my reservation.
Which is near an elevator, not far, far away from the elevator
Yeah,
where they have
yeah.
the accessible bathrooms.
Not the accessible bathrooms on the far side of the hotel, but near the elevators because
Yeah.
I will be recovering from surgery.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a fun one.
Yeah.
How many hotels do that? They put the
I have
accessible
no
rooms
idea.
as far as possible away from the elevator.
And I tried to dial up the hotel, and instead I got cast into Marriott voicemail from hell.
Oh no.
Took me a while to finally get a person on the line, and that was a person from Marriott customer service. And I said, you do not work at the hotel. If I give you notes, they will get lost.
Yeah.
So I had that person give me the number that was supposed to be directly to the hotel, and she gives me an 800 number, and I dial it, and it says your call cannot be completed as dialed, and it's like, great. At this point, I decided to go back to my taxes.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna need
like, I've got a room. I just don't know if I can get it where I need it to be.
Mm-hmm.
I know where my room is going to be because I'm hosting a party, and Balticon has a tradition of having the quote unquote party floor. So I am right next to programming space.
You have a limited variation in where your room can be.
Yes. Last year I was directly across the hall from Team Medical Dragon, who's the first aid team that volunteers at a lot of local conventions. So but yeah. So I will be on the 6th floor, just through the double doors past the end of the event space. So please don't stalk me, because that's creepy. But if you are invited, at the convention, you are welcome to attend the parties and my panels.
Mm-hmm.
Did I tell y'all I got the remote microphone?
No.
I got a wearable microphone with its own speaker, so when I give the convention tour, people can hear me.
Oh, okay.
Without me yelling.
Nice.
I mean, I can project, but like when you get more than 10 people, it gets a little hard in a crowded space.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
And now I own one, so I'm excited. And it was like $20. So,
and it's not as disruptive as carrying a megaphone around with you, right?
Exactly. Yeah. It's just a little headset, and I can clip the speaker to myself, or hear me out. I'm not sure on the range, but I could clip it to the person at the back of the crowd following me, so people near me can hear me and people further away can hear me.
As long as you trust that person not to walk off with your speaker.
Exactly. Well, I mean, they'll just hear me talking in their ear, or hip, as the case might be. So, okay. Anyway, popping back into the comments about our earlier brainstorming, Raven says, "Okay, I'll give that some thought, guys." Thanks, guys. I think I'm just trying to avoid the trope of women only have agency when they're harmed, which you unfortunately see a lot, especially when cishet men try to write quote unquote strong women. You see it a lot when women write women too. So like it's the patriarchy. But Raven,
This,
go ahead.
I'm sorry. The Raven's comments about wanting to make sure that the women have
Agency.
agency even when they're not harmed makes it actually more appropriate for the story where it's like this woman signed up to be an assassin and then found out she had a personal connection with the target.
Ooh. So, Raven said, this being a short story, maybe I can successfully dodge that bullet.
Okay.
Moon is home now and said, I heard part of your responses by chance. Thank you, Morgan. Sear says, good evening, everyone. And then Jonathan Whitecroft author says, wait, that's better. This is White Sear's author account now in session. Hello, Jonathan, and welcome. Do you want to be Jonathan or Whitecroft or just Sear again? Let me know. Cora cheered for sandwiches for Sako. That sounds like a motto. Sandwiches for Sako.
That sounds like a charity. Sandwiches for Sako.
It is a charity.
I like it. So Cora edited one more minute and is trying to find a last name for my main character that is her true name. Awesome. Jonathan says, I'm working on chapter 1 of the sequel to A Fae's Bounty, whilst I await the return of the manuscript from the editor. So the set release date is March 1st.
Yay.
Very nice. Okay, we're going back to Sear. So, and Cora found a name for the character and now plans on laying out the chapters. Almost there.
Almost.
Sear says, I can switch back to make it. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Rita shows up with her Miranda account, and I know. So as soon as you tell me, I'm good. I'm good. And Sear says, I guess I should start marketing myself. My pen name is not White Sear. So May. That does make sense. I was wondering if you meant a year out or what, because we are, in fact, on March 8th.
Okay.
So May makes sense. Because it's
not March.
It's gonna be May.
But
Sorry.
Millennials everywhere go crazy. No.
I'll go stand in the corner and think about what I've done. Maybe after the stream. So, oh goodness, yay! I'm so excited. May is soon though. So
May is soon. I gotta start thinking about my birthday.
Ooh, yeah, that's a thing that happens. Are you ready for it?
Not yet.
I'm not even used to the age we are now. I'm not ready for the next one.
I can be the next age. It's I have no plans yet.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough. So,
yeah, it's like I'm going to be 60 this summer, and it's like 60 is an old person's age. I am not an old person. I don't care what the gray hairs are telling you. I am not an old person.
yeah, I hear that. Oh, Sear says a true fan would have chosen Star Wars Day. Opportunity missed. So funny thing about okay, totally tangential, but Star Wars Day. My friend's baby was due on Star Wars Day, but their baby came like 2 weeks, 3 weeks early. Meanwhile, my cousin, who was also pregnant at the same time, was 2 weeks late and ended up having her kid on Star Wars Day.
Oh.
Okay.
And she was done being pregnant by then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so. Raven had a stream snack. He ate a bit of cheesecake and got incensed. About casual racism during that sprint. Now he's very tired. Yeah.
Yeah. I am very tired as well, but I have a little more energy now that I have eaten that sandwich.
Yeah. Eating is good.
I
don't take my meds until I eat.
Oh, okay.
So
I don't have to take my meds with food.
Sure. I don't know if
We,
I have to, but I do. It's a good question.
It's
mm,
usually a good idea, but well, it depends on the medication. But
I have
depends
one
on the medication.
that cannot be taken with food, and then I have to wait an hour before I eat. So usually when
Mhm.
I take this, get food, then I have my
yeah,
ADHD meds, which I missed one day this week.
Oops.
I mean, we did discuss my completely broken executive function this week.
yeah.
Oh, your
Yeah.
Substack is done because it's already in my inbox, right?
Yay.
Those
Yeah.
giveaways that shows up in your inbox, it must be done.
Right? Right? So, okay, well, we have 10 minutes left. Do we talk writing? Do we do a 5-minute sprint? What do we want to do? What do you feel like?
I think we talked writing.
So,
Yeah.
Cora worked on video editing. Sarah worked on video editing. Doc did nothing with groceries.
Did nothing with groceries. I need to do a list later today, but they will be
Okay.
ordered another day.
Cora worked a little bit, I think, on world building. I think that was in there. And Doc definitely worked on taxes.
Yep.
And Morgan did nothing with her space fantasy. So it gets moved to the bottom of the list where the shame goes.
Where the shame goes.
Where the shame goes. No.
Apparently, shame is not supposed to be used as a motivator to get work done.
You probably shouldn't.
Like, a self-shame spiral for not having done your work isn't supposed to motivate you to do your work.
Yeah, that sounds like the kind of thing that requires extra therapy.
I talked to my therapist about that when somebody told me that. I'm like, but how do you do the thing then when your executive function is broken?
Yeah.
Apparently, bribes are healthier than shame.
Yeah.
Um,
So,
actually, I saw another friend on Facebook who asked, well, not so much the same question, but asked about how do you get stuff done when you're like so overwhelmed with stuff?
pebbles.
And I will reiterate what I told them, probably said on here before, but it's like my method is I will pick 3 things that are small enough in scope, I can get them done, but are important in that they enable other things, like cleaning up the second floor so that workmen can come in, and so that it's easier for me to move through after I have the surgery. And like I said, I come up with 3 things like that, and that's my goal for the day. And I work on kicking those things out. If I do those, I have been productive. If I do anything else, then that's bonus time.
And you
And
get to pat yourself on the back.
yeah, and the other thing is to also schedule something fun in your day, because as I've said multiple times, work runs on fun. If you keep working and you don't ever have fun, you will burn out so very fast.
Yeah.
So it's like, is guilt a motivator for some people? Yes. For most people, it just sends them into the spiral and stops the flow of fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So
That's me.
a lot of times I try to build up momentum by doing things that can be finished.
Mm-hmm.
Something I can knock out, which is why I do laundry once a month, because that way I'm not always in the middle of laundry. I do all of my laundry and I put it eventually all away. Although last time I did 2 rounds of laundry before it got put away because I wasn't doing great. But I cleaned out my closet and I have a lot of empty hangers. So I'm curious to see if everything fits again.
So you make laundry a bigger task, but it's less frequent, and that more than balances out for you.
It does. It does.
Okay.
Note, I am a single woman doing laundry for one. I have 3 loads of laundry. I have sheets and towels and whatever. I have cold wash. goes in the washer or dryer, cold wash, hang dry. That's it. So like,
Mhm.
yeah,
I think a lot of people mess up in terms of they don't realize how to scope things so that it's achievable for them.
yeah. I actually learned my laundry technique from oh, what's her name? Dina. She goes by the slob. Oh, a slob comes clean. She had a blog for a while and she switched to a podcast, and I'm not a huge podcast girly. But she had the 10-minute pickup, and she has a husband and two kids. So like for her, the dishwasher got ran every night, at least once. Even if it's not full, even if, whatever,
Right.
run the dishwasher was her big thing. And she also started the laundry day thing.
Mhm.
And when you have kids, sometimes it's you put their stuff in a basket and they get to fold it and you just put it in their room or whatever,
Yeah.
depending on the age.
Mhm.
So but I understand my laundry solution is not for most people. So but I like things that can be finished, that I don't feel like
Mm-hmm.
are malingering, which is why editing can be a struggle sometimes.
Yeah. And if
So
I see a lot of people that try to do something that's too big instead of saying, okay, what's
yeah,
the first part of doing this?
yeah.
Let's do the first part. And if we still have energy, we'll do the next part.
I mean, the first part is to make a list and break everything down.
Some people would say
And then you get to check off make a list.
yeah. Some people would say that's your morning pages.
Yeah. So let me pop back into the comments. Raven said, given the cone of shame. Raven can't even prioritize that well. He's taken a whole week off of work to try and get my house sorted, and I'm struggling even getting started. With the slob comes clean. She's like, most people try to do like one big thing, and she just makes piles. Step one, go and pick up all the trash and throw it away. Like,
yeah.
and then for her, she takes the thing to the place immediately. Otherwise, it turns into more piles. For me, I do this is a pile of things to leave the room, and I create that pile. But for her, if she puts it down, it's going to stay there. So you have to know yourself.
Yeah. For us, it's like if we're getting rid of trash or if we got donatables, we get them out into Key's van. Because if they're in the van, they're not in the house, and then now she's got to get the stuff out of her van, so that gives her an excuse to get up and go out during the day.
Yeah. I just know that once I get started, I'm okay. But like that getting started is the hardest part for me a lot of the time. So, yeah. Popping into the and like when I'm doing the writing challenge, no matter how long I have, it always takes that long to do my writing challenge. If I'm doing my 1667 in 90 minutes, it takes 90 minutes. If I have 8 hours, it takes 8 hours. And so sometimes giving myself time limits, or like turning on a timer, or scheduling leaving the house, or having somebody come over, like an external whatever.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But sprints work so much better because you got short time limits, and the contest is to see how much you can get in that.
Yeah. I think part of my editing issue right now is 20-minute sprints are bad for my editing like tempo. Kind of like I can write on my phone, I can write anywhere, I can write to music, but editing requires longer chunks for me to like mentally get into that space. So I might do more of my editing either in like, maybe we'll do a longer sprint someday, or maybe I'll do it offline, or solo streaming.
Yeah.
Are 25-minute sprints long enough to work?
Maybe. I don't know. Like I can get some done, but like I think what I really need to do is, before the stream starts, read the chapter before and get myself into the mode before we get started, because that can take a sprint and a half, so
Yeah.
I guess it all depends on how you go about doing the editing.
Yeah.
And that's going to
Yeah.
be different for everybody.
Right.
So.
These are revisions. So like some chapters are fine and some chapters are totally broken. So, and some with just a few tweaks I can get there. So let's see. Raven's like, he's finding himself doing anything but what he took the time off for. Oh, that's another strategy. Give yourself another higher priority task so then you can procrastinate by doing the other thing you needed to do.
Yep.
I am so good at procrastinating. I think there's a meme somewhere that says, when's your book due? Oh, next week. How's it going? My house has never been cleaner.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's another argument for pick three things. It's like, I don't want to do one. We'll do 2 and 3. You'll at least have gotten 2 things done.
Yeah. Or the 5-minute approach. Like, usually getting started is enough, but like, even if you stop after 5 minutes, you still have had 5 minutes of things done. Like, a lot of the times I do a 5-minute pickup in my living room, picking up all the cat toys and refolding the blankets and stuff like that. So, and it just helps keep the clutter level down. Part of the reason I cleaned out my closet last week is my house had passed my clutter tolerance level, and I was just really stressing out. And I wanted to get a reading chair for my room. So it couldn't be like, I have double closets with the slidey doors that fold, the folding doors. And the chair goes right between the two of them. So it couldn't be wider than 29 inches.
Yeah.
So, but I made it work. So anyway, we are at time. Tell people who you are, where they can find you, and let's peace out.
Hey folks, I'm Sako Tumi, and I write horror under the name Voit, and I'm 6 times over published. If you wanna see what I do and get to know me, then you can Google me at Sako Tumi or Psycho Sako. It'll bring up all of my stuff, probably my my Substack and my Discord and my all the things.
And now you can see how they spell Sako to me.
Yeah.
Now that I hit the comments. Doc?
And I am Doc Coleman. I write steampunk comedy adventure. If you're interested in finding out more about me and my work, please go to your favorite search engine and search for Doc Coleman Steampunk. That will help you find my website at doccoleman.com. It'll also help you find my Amazon author page, where you can see samples of everything that I've got in print. And if you'd like to connect with me on social media, you can look at my link tree. That's link tree. It's Scales LEA. And if you're on YouTube, you should see those links in the show notes down below.
Okay. And I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood. I blog, vlog, and podcast, writing tips from the pros, and of course, my own writerly musings. You can find me at morganhazelwood.com or across the internet as Morgan Hazelwood, because branding, brand consistency, whatever, it's my name. You can also get swag like this t-shirt that says I'm a writer, but my characters don't actually talk to me. But I also have the one for people whose characters do talk to them, or people who follow their outline or whatever. Anyway, that's on my Redbubble shop. Everything you can find on my link tree, but the links on my website is the easiest way to get there. I've got one short story out there, Just a Hike in the Woods, published by Dark Recesses Press webzine in January of 2022. And yeah, have a great rest of your week. Good luck with your writing, and in the meantime, eat snacks. Catch you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.